This is Suzuki. He's a workaholic, programmer, and likes playing online games. After working long hours on debugging a game, Suzuki decides to rest. Sleep is his only justice now. However, he wakes up to find himself in the world of his own digital game, except with a younger self and with the name he gave to his own character, Sato. An army of lizard men attacks him and shoots a volley of arrows at him. Sato runs for cover and showers the whole army with a meteor shower, wiping them out. One lizard man is still alive, and as he approaches, Sato tosses him a sword and challenges him to a duel. As Sato evades the attacks, he notices the lizard man's life bar is almost gone, which means he can win this by throwing the sword. Sato slices the soldier in half, killing him. Following that, Sato discovers he has acquired many skills as his experience and stats increased. An explosion erupts nearby, and Sato runs away as fast as he can and escapes the flying rocks through a barrier. Sato then checks his inventory to find lots of money and loot from the lizard man he killed, making him feel like a geek in middle school. Seeing that there's no way back to the normal world, he sets out to explore the virtual one. A couple of days pass, and Sato approaches Sirius City. Checking the radar, he spots a wyvern. After following it, he watches an army of soldiers trying to take it down, but their arrows fail to pierce its hard skin as they deflect away. Amongst them, a girl named Xena tries stopping it with her magic as it attacks her, but her attack is reversed at her. Sato leaps to her rescue and picks her up before she falls and dies, earning the skill of Lifesaver after Xena thanks him. Sato meets Iona and Lilio, and as the two girls start questioning him, Sato talks about being a traveling merchant who's lost his goods and papers since he can't explain how he came here from Earth. The girls then take him to Sirius City, where he takes his official document as a citizen and an entry visa to the city. Sato roams the city and soon meets a girl named Martha, who invites him to her mother's inn and where he books a room. After she serves food, Sato learns from the innkeeper about the Demon Lord, who was defeated 70 years ago by a hero in this world. There are some rumors that the Demon Lord might return. As Martha shows him around, he runs into 3 demi-human girls and learns there are slaves in this world. The two then browse the market, and Sato ends up buying a mask and a wig. While in bed, Sato tries logging out, but it doesn't work, which raises the question of whether or not Sato will make it back to Earth. The next day, Sato wakes up to find Xena, who's quite eager to show him around. She buys him ice cream, shows him what's outside the city walls, shows him the church and the hero holding a holy sword, and introduces him to the priestess Xena. She also shows him the anti-dragon tower that shoots any flying beasts or attacking dragons on sight. The two come to a halt when they see a commotion in the temple. The 3 demi-humans they met earlier are about to be stoned to death by the public, reasoning that they're devils. While Xena tries talking the people down, Sato spots the slaves master sitting nearby. Sato knocks him out, throws him before the people, and tells them the master scammed them and stole their money, as he fooled them into thinking the stones they're throwing at the slave girls are holy. A one-eyed demon emerges from the unconscious master and traps the people around in an underground labyrinth. Seeing they weren't named properly, Sato gives them new names: Lisa, Pochi, and Tama. As they try to find a passage through, they encounter a big bug eating a lifeless body. Sato shoots it dead, cuts its leg, ties a knife to it, and crafts a spear for Lisa. While she takes out the bug's corpse and cores in it since it sells well in this world. Sato and the girls continue to kill more monsters as they progress through the labyrinth and explore it further, until they rescue 3 men trapped inside spider cocoons: Jean, Nidoran, and Samaru. Sato leaves Samaru be, seeing how hostile he is towards the girls. Soon after, Sato helps the city knights fight off a group of slimes and save Xena for the second time, with the priestess present. Suddenly, a demon emerges from a treasure box and starts attacking. Out of nowhere, a wolf tackles Sato, and he finds himself on a lower floor. He conjures a sword and slashes the wolf in half as it attacks him, just as the demon overwhelms the knights with its rocks. Sato shows up wearing a different outfit, a wig, and a mask, and counterattacks the demon with a bigger rock. Suddenly, the godlike demon lord emerges and devours the spider demon. Seeing Sato's holy sword, the demon lord mistakes him for the hero that defeated him. Given that only magical attacks work on demons, Sato equips another weapon and shoots fire at the demon lord. It works and damages the demon lord. Sato switches back to the holy sword and slashes through the demon, killing him and earning the title of Demon Slayer. In the aftermath, everybody returns to the surface. Xena hugs Sato, who has just earned the hero title he wanted a bit earlier. After Sato makes Pochi, Tama, and Lisa his official slaves, Nidoran introduces him to other slaves, Lulu and Arisa. After siding with the 2 girls, he treats them to a delicious meal, buys them clothes, and books them rooms where they can stay during midnight. She opens up about her past and reveals she was a princess living a peaceful life until it all fell apart when a conflict ensued. A neighboring country took over and executed the king and the crown prince in front of their own people. The surviving members of the royal family like her ended up becoming slaves. One day, a demon showed up and burned the whole kingdom. At this time, she escaped with Lulu to the mountains, where they met Nidoran. The next day, the girls go shopping together while Sato and Xena talk to a real estate agent named Natty to help them find a house, now that he has a girlfriend and 5 girls under his care. None of the offered houses appeal to Sato, so he attends a play with Xena. Following the play, an army of flying ants attacks the city, even though they couldn't go through the city barrier. The ants manage to narrowly enter the city through the gate. Thanks to the city's strong defenses and Sato's girls, the ants fail to get the upper hand and invade the city. However, some ants manage to make it through Donati's place, but Sato arrives just in time to save her and meets Natty's manager, Uzuritoya. Now that the city is safe, Sato and the girls have dinner. Seeing Lulu's bad health, Sato goes out to get her some medicine. Out of nowhere, Night Stalkers attack him in an alleyway, but Sato evades their attacks and shoots them dead. Sato also finds an injured rat known as Red Helmet and a girl wrapped in cloth, unconscious, and tells him to take care of her. Then he takes the two to Uzuritoya, who recognizes the elf girl as Princess Mia. The next day, Mia wakes up and meets Sato. When Sato analyzes her details, we find out she's 130 years old and adept at wielding water and archery. After Sato has his girls keep Mia accompanied, Natty informs him of a retired merchant offering his 2-horse wagon for sale. At first, Sato was reluctant about it but accepts, given Lulu's prior experience driving a 1-horse wagon outside the city walls. Lulu teaches Cider how to control the wagon. Sato takes the reins before he notices an owl perching on a tree staring inscrutably at him. After his return to the city, Sato spots the same owl watching him. Following that, Sato checks on Red Helmet and hears more about what's going on. Mia was abducted by wizards from her village and taken to a place called the Cradle. However, she escaped and encountered Red Helmet and his ratmen who saved her and took her to Siryu City to meet up with Uzuritoya. Finding this out, the wizard sent the army of the flying ants to attack the city. Why Mia was kidnapped in the first place, nobody knows. However, as Sato notices Uzuritoya seems to know why but doesn't want to share. As thunder strikes, girl screams emanate from downstairs. Again the same black owl with the same black stare snuck inside. A black-cloaked figure emerges, looking at Sato with eyes glowing in purple. Red Helmet tries to attack, but the figure overwhelms everybody with his psychic magic, instilling fear in them while Arisa resists with her psychic magic. Sato activates the skill of fear resistance and lunges at him. Looking at the figure's details, Sato finds out he's an undead king named Zen, and he's here to retrieve Mia after she got away from him. Sato tries attacking Zen, but then hangs him from his leg thanks to his ability to control the shadows. Sato breaks free and stops him from attacking the others. Arisa attacks and almost kills him but faints having run out of stamina. Zen takes Mia and gets out through a portal. Sato goes after him and finds himself in the chamber with Zen and the unconscious Mia. Sato tries to rescue Mia and is teleported to the Cradle Tower where he meets Triad, who teleports him to the 100th floor of the tower. There he encounters 3 girls and a big iron golem, which Sato easily kills with a shot to the head while the other 2 girls flee the room. One tries to kill Sato, but he knocks her out. Again Sato meets up with Dryad, who transports him to the 180th floor. There Sato encounters a group of ants and kills them all before he meets up with Zen once more. Sato demands that Zen hand him Mia to get this over with, but Zen refuses and promises to reward him with a sizable holy sword if he defeats his army. Zen summons an army of iron golems and girls before he ascends to the upper floor, leaving Sato with a death battle ahead of him. Sato spears the robots and knocks out all of the girls in an epic battle. Afterward, Sato walks before him alive and well, and Zen rewards him with the holy sword. Zen then opens up about his past and reveals he was an ordinary man with a loving wife. However, a noble fell in love with his wife, so he had Zen executed. After his death, Zen became immortal and got his revenge on the nobles who killed him. However, Zen can't reunite with his wife because he can't die. Not wanting to be the next demon lord, Zen has said to kill him with the holy sword. Suddenly, the cradle starts its self-destruction protocol. In order to save the unconscious girls he knocked out, he gathers them all in a circle and has Mia transport them away. Still, there's the girl he knocked out on the 100th floor, so he has Mia teleport without him. After getting the missing girl, Dryad transports him to the exit. A tidal wave of salt erupts, and Sato runs his way out eventually. Sato makes it to safety, earning the title of survivor. Sato reunites with his girls. Grateful that Sato saved their lives, the girls who were guarding the tower decided to join the party. Afterward, Sato begins a journey to return Mia home. While resting, Mia teaches Sato and the girls whistling through tree leaves. Later, Sato checks his inventory to find all of Zen's belongings, powers, books, and memories. He starts reading Zen's book about magic and finds out that magic in this virtual world is highly compatible with programming language. Checking the radar, Sato finds Red Helmet's Ratmen who were separated from him while they were saving Mia. While all the girls are asleep, Sato experiments on the item box and the storage box using 2 burning papers. Interestingly, the paper in the item box stops burning, while the one in the storage box keeps burning. Given that Sato comes to a conclusion that the data in the storage box doesn't change, which explains why the status of the burning paper didn't change, the next day the group visits a grave for all the Ratmen who died saving Mia. As they continue their journey, Sato decides to learn alchemy and how to make his own potions. After he succeeds in making his first recovery potions, Sato finds out he lacks the necessary materials. Therefore, he decides to explore in search of more materials. Sato visits an alchemy shop in a nearby city, wherein he asks for more materials. Sato explores the forest and goes through a barrier to enter the Forest of Illusion, wherein he meets the old witch who invites him over to her house. The witch teaches him about her recipe and making potions. As he leaves, the witch has him deliver a cargo of 300 potion vials and a letter to the city officials. While in a tavern, Sato overhears 2 men scheming to ruin a healing potion pack. He also overhears one of them is planning to become the lord of the city instead of an assistant viceroy. Sato just dismisses it and thinks the guy is a failed noble and a husband. The next day, an incident happens and half of the potion vials are broken. After learning of this, the viceroy who ordered the delivery tells him that a pact is a pact and demands that Sato delivers him the full 300 potion vials, which is quite impossible to deliver before sundown. It seems the viceroy wants this pact to fail. Just then, it dawns on Sato that the viceroy is the man he overheard in the tavern talking about ruling the city the previous day. In other words, the viceroy is planning for a coup to rule the territory. Now that he has 120 intact vials, he'll have to make another 180 before sundown. That is the deadline. The problem is they don't have the necessary vials. To solve this problem, Sato has the potter make them some. While making them, the viceroy's men stop by and ransack the shop, destroying all of the vials. However, Sato had another trick up his sleeve. Before the shop was ransacked, Sato stored all of the vials in his storage box, keeping them intact, much to the viceroy's dismay. All 300 potions are delivered by sundown as requested. All that remains is that he signs the delivery note. The viceroy doesn't sign and looks pensively out the window, seemingly thinking of something. Suddenly, Count Kohano storms the room after he found out about the viceroy's schemes from the witch. The count strips him of his privileges and decides to exile him elsewhere. Indignant, the viceroy attacks the count, but he easily blocks the attack. As the count unsheathes his sword ready to attack, Sato beats him to the punch and knocks out the viceroy and his right-hand man. In the aftermath, the witch thanks Sato for delivering the goods and gives him a lantern as a parting gift. Sato and the girls continue their journey. The anime ends with Sato reading stories to the girls. If you like the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more recaps.